Hey guys, Max Solo here in Charlotte, North Carolina, owner of Built LLC, and today we are talking saunas. They are so hot right now. All my customers want one, I want one, you want one, okay. He's got one. Today I wanted to come in and talk to Victor about Charlotte's sauna culture, and yes, there is a sauna culture in Charlotte, and every time I come in here, I feel the vibes, I feel the atmosphere, I get my health benefits, and I leave rested.
So I essentially give them a tour of the locker hallway. The men's and the women's restrooms are separated.
Right there and right there?
Yes, exactly. And then the changing rooms are in each restroom. Okay. The locker area is where they would keep their belongings. So we worked with a company called Ojmar. They essentially have these RFID wristbands that connect to whatever specific locker you choose. And you would just simply take that wristband, you would press the black button on the locker, and it will lock that locker. And then it'll remember that locker, and then when you're ready to exit or you want to get something out of your locker, you would press it again and it would unlock the locker.
Okay.
The locker always has some towels in there. We usually give out a small towel and a large towel. The small towel is used for your sweat, and then the large towel is used to sit on the sauna benches and on the seats outside. Mm-hmm. And we always tell people, don't bring the towels into the steam room because they get soaked right away. And then we'll have questions like, do you guys provide robes? And I'm sure you know, robes are not a good idea because you're constantly wet. Yes. Like it's either sweat, or it's either coming out of the cold plunge, or it's either you're in the hot tub. So there's honestly no point for robes in a facility like this.
Great design. I love the slatted ceiling. Whoever your designer is, she did great. Props to her.
Let's give her a shout out. Her name's Victoria Russo.
Victoria Russo, you did really good. I'm very impressed.
Yeah.
I got my locker. I'm changed. What are we doing next?
I would take the guest into the corner. I would essentially have them stand in the corner and look out to the whole facility. So okay. This is pretty much everything that we offer. It's a 2-hour time slot. We have a capacity of 20 people. It does not get busier than 20 people, right? So that's why we have that 2-hour turnover. But essentially, you would come in here, step into this escape in the middle of the city. The whole point of us doing a low lighting, the colors that we pick, we kept the old ceiling. Yeah. There was an option to fully cover it.
Yeah.
And the brick behind me is 100 years old.
Wow.
Some of the posts that we decided to keep, some of the posts definitely up there in the decades.
Yeah.
And then if you look into some of the ceiling joists, they are real 2x6s. Yep. So if you go, for our construction guys out there, if you buy a 2x6 right now, it's 5.5 inches by 1.5 inches. The ones that we're looking at right now, they're a real 6-inch, a real 2-inch, which
very old wood.
Very old wood,
yeah.
And it's so durable. I mean, there's absolutely no dry rot on it.
Yeah.
This is all original, built in the 1920s, and then the building itself did have a few additions to it.
Yeah.
So our whole point of coming into this is, let's preserve Charlotte.
Good.
But then let's give it a whole brand new vibe to it, where you can feel the old and the new coming together, and where it gives you this breath of release and this escape from your everyday stress and your everyday life.
You guys definitely nailed it. I feel like you said, you've got this sanctuary in the city right next to downtown, or uptown as we say it here. And speaking of history of this building, do you know why I'm holding this in my hand?
Yes, I could guess.
Why? Okay, wild guess.
So, I mean, this used to be Charlotte Knife and Saw.
Yes, correct. 100 brownie points, you won. I used to get my saw or my blades sharpened here.
No way.
For the longest time,
Wow.
and I've been in this place before it was the sauna place.
Yeah.
Little shout out to
really cool.
Charlotte history.
Yeah, Charlotte Knife and Saw, that was the
Charlotte
tenant.
Knife and Saw, they were great.
They were the owners of the building before they
were the owners?
They were the owners of the building, yeah. They sold the building to
they were great.
Properties.
They were great. Anyways, we're talking saunas today.
Yes.
To me, this is a focal point.
Right.
And it's a great focal point. You know, you rinse off before you hit the saunas, right?
Yeah.
Hit the jacuzzi. What is this? Is this Microcement? Was this another one of the designers' call outs?
She's done research on what kind of ulterior product can we use compared to tile. Tile has grout lines. You constantly have to clean them. You don't know what tile you're gonna get. Is it gonna stain? In terms of commercial use, right? We see over 1,000 people a month, and that's on the low end. She was looking for a product that would be durable, long lasting. I don't want to say easier to install than tile, but definitely affordable when you compare the tile price. And so what she essentially came up with was a product called Tadelakt.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this Tadelakt or Microcement?
Very similar to Microcement. I want to say that the process of installing this is a little bit more thorough. The brand that we use is Earth House, and I don't know the color. I wish I remembered the color. To build out these walls, you have to do everything as waterproofing it as if it is tile.
For tile, correct.
The finished product itself has about 5 layers on top of the base product. You put like a soap sealer, olive oil soap sealer on it, and then you wait 5 days, and then you give a final sealer of beeswax.
Wow.
Very organic. It's all natural powders mixed with natural stones, and it's all grinded up, and then you just pretty much add the coloring to it.
Looks great. I want to say another thing, like, I feel like you're a little forward thinking. Tadelakt and Microcement is coming to Charlotte. It hasn't been here before. Maybe some niche projects.
Yeah.
But it's getting more and more popular. I see more and more people doing it. Now you got a little bar over here. What are we doing? Alcohol or what is this?
So this is kombucha on tap.
Okay. Kombucha on tap.
This is another big part of what we believe in here. We believe in wellness. We believe in health. We believe in coming into a space not just to recover from stress, but also physically recover. And kombucha is very, very healthy especially for your gut. I'm from Eastern Europe originally. Whenever we would do our saunas, we call them banyas, right? We would involve a ton of food, green onions, pig lard, fish, right? And then we would have this drink called Quartz.
Yes.
And so the idea of this, to bring something that's almost like a fermented type of product, our guests can enjoy that with their experience. We wholesale from a place in Concord called Borinquen Kombucha. Give a shout out to him as well. His name is Ed, awesome guy.
All right.
Does not do any added sugar in there, so everything is
all natural.
Brewed locally, sourced locally. Right now we have ginger strawberry, and then we change it out seasonally as well.
Okay.
So right now our seasonal for like Thanksgiving, winter and Christmas is cranberry rosemary.
Yes.
In the summer we'll do like a pina colada.
Nice.
And then he's working on a different one for spring right now.
All right. Do we need to look at the jacuzzi or cold plunge? I see you got a cold plunge here.
Yeah, I think.
How cold is your water?
So we keep our cold plunge at 50 degrees. 60-70% of our guests are first-time users.
Yes.
So they never experience going from extreme heat to extreme cold.
You don't want to scare them away?
We didn't want to scare them away. And then you don't need anything less than 50, right? So a pool of anywhere between 45 and 55 degrees, based on the research, is what you need for you to reap the health benefits out of contrast therapy. At least that's what the studies show, right? I'm sure you've experienced it. It does the trick.
I was wondering, so every time I do sauna, if I just do sauna versus when I sauna, cold plunge, I feel so much better. I sleep so much better. Yeah. Is there a routine that's recommended?
We do have.
Or is it a personal preference?
So there definitely is I wouldn't say it's a routine, right?
Okay.
There are definitely time limits that are recommended. So, and then if the audience does want to, look into this, her name is Dr. Susanna Solberg. She's out of Denmark. So she's pretty much she took the lead on researching the difference with what happens to your body in terms of contrast therapy. And so essentially what they found out, and this is predominantly male research as well, right? So what they found out is 15 minutes a week collectively exposing yourself to cold water, and that could be in a form of cold plunging, cold showers, is enough for your brown fat, for example, to start growing around your organs, which is what you need and what you want for weight loss. Okay. And for your metabolism system to be working, and immune system as well, right? To kind of go up a level and protect you more. Yeah. That's in terms of cold therapy. In terms of heat therapy, the reason why you can sleep better, and I would say when I do it, what I experience is when I finish on cold, I feel like I drank like 4 shots of coffee that lasts me like the whole day, right? You're essentially tricking your mind and your brain into thinking that you just went through a high stress level, and most likely for the rest of your day, you're not going to be going through anything like that anymore in terms of your brain and your body. And so that's why you feel like you can take on the world when you come out of this cold plunge, right? There's a lot of science behind it with the way that the blood travels to your organs and begins to protect them, and the type of dopamine that your brain releases into your body. That's why you have that good feeling. But in terms of sleep, I would say the sauna has a lot more to do with that than the cold plunge, because cold normally wakes you up. Whereas in sauna, it's very warm, it's very relaxing, especially with the dark mood that we have in there. It tends to put you to sleep a little bit better and a little bit faster in there.
One feature I like about this location is you've decided to elevate the cold plunge and the hot tub. Whose idea was it? Do you feel like it paid off? Because when you're designing something, you only find out in hindsight, like, hey, we shouldn't have done this. But I like this. Do you guys enjoy this elevated?
We definitely do. It was kind of like a blessing in disguise, because we had to elevate it due to ADA laws. So essentially, we wanted to have it even with the ground, but then the health department came back, which they are the ones who oversee the bodies of water. And they essentially said, if you want it in ground, you're going to have the big machines for ADA purposes that can put people into the pools. And we are such a small space here, we needed to work around that. And so an option was to elevate them and then to add in the handlebars. And then the railings were going to be required either way, but more so specifically the handlebars on the side of the pools. We started building it out. We realized it gives it a really cool 3D look to it.
Correct.
And it definitely turned out.
Stands out, it pops.
Yes.
Steam room. And I assume you've got Tadelakt in the steam room as well?
Yes, exactly.
Tadelakt on the ceilings, walls, and what is this, quartz?
Yes. So benches are quartz. Again, we wanted to stay away from tile. Too much grout. Tile will crack.
That's the problem with steam rooms. Steam wants to get everywhere, find a little crack and start wiggling it.
So it was more of just how do we minimize any types of grout lines or any types of connections where the stone does not meet. The Tadelakt itself, it looks like it's a solid piece and it acts as a solid piece.
I was gonna say, were you trying to minimize the grout lines or go for the look? Because to me, when I see this, it's a stunning look. It's a killer look. To me, when I'm in here, I'm thinking, man, these guys, like, they knew what they were doing. They got the look down. From what I'm hearing is you were trying to avoid grout lines and you came out with this great look.
So designer perspective, right? Grout lines are kind of getting outdated, and like you said, this kind of look is slowly coming into Charlotte. This look has been in the West Coast, I would say even around the world for, thousands of years. Like we had one of our inspectors, elderly gentleman, very nice. He comes in here, he's never seen anything like this before. He's like, I feel like I'm in a Roman bathhouse. And I'm like, that's exactly what we're going for. So you look outside of the country, these types of, designs, right? The Tadelakt, the full slab look. It's been around for thousands of years.
It has.
So it's definitely a proven design concept, right? So she was looking at it from that point of view. Me as a construction guy, I'm looking at it from like, hey, this is very good waterproofing. You know what I mean? So,
no, you're right about that. And me as a customer, I'm just stunned. You've got an atmosphere here where you're like, I'm here to relax. Not look at grout lines as well, but excellent look. Good job.
Thank you.
The LED lighting looks good when the steam's on.
Thank you. These are spaces for people to just really take a breather.
And now the best for last. Sauna. All right, what is this, Cedar? What did you use?
This is Cedar.
Cedar, beautiful.
Sourced directly from Canada.
Oh, wow. Now, is this thermally modified cedar or just Western red or Canadian cedar?
Canadian cedar, not thermally modified, kiln dried, which is more than enough. that you need for a space like this.
Yep. Now, did the designer, she spec'd all these benches out? They're beautiful. The 1x4 Cedar.
There are definitely little like designs to it where if you don't have the eye to it, you're not going to notice.
Yes.
One thing that we wanted to do was create a seamless like waterfall look. So if you look at the benches, for example, you see the cedar wall. You have the joist coming down, or the joint coming down, and it connects evenly with the benches as well. The thing with cedar though, or any type of wood, when you put it in a climate where it's very hot and very dry heat, it begins to shrink and expand, right? And so it's constantly playing around. And so, but our biggest thing was to get cedar in here. The cedar smell, and it's lighter wood. It doesn't get as hot.
I think they call it thermal conductivity. Where it doesn't heat up so much where you sit on it and burn yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. And and everything here we tried engineering it as to in such a way where you're not going to see like finished nails. There are certain areas which we will probably never notice, but you don't want to see any finished nails on the face. Everything is from the back, and there are no finished nails, right? We had to use screws for everything, and just making sure that everything is compact and tight together because of the the breathable aspect of it. So this is pretty much
the design's very elevated. Like you said, it's unfortunate a lot of people can't admire the work and like how clean everything is. You know, you're not covering anything with 1x. It's just a solid design.
Well, I think part of the reason too is that we keep our sauna anywhere between 200 and 220 degrees. And so when people come in here, the only thing they're thinking about is how hot it is and how much they're sweating. And it's comfortable at first.
Me as a builder, like I'm admiring everything here. So you're gonna get people like that they're like, wow, this is cool. But then there are people that are just health conscious, and they're thinking about just the health aspect of it.
You can create a sauna that looks amazing, that looks clean, and use Western red cedar. But let me tell you something, if that sauna is 180 degrees, don't go in there.
Why is that?
It's just, you will really sleep very, very well when you go into a hotter sauna. And that's subjective, because that's my Eastern European talk, saying it. I don't want people online, start telling.
Like an extreme.
We like the saunas to be hot. We definitely, and the saunas themselves are traditional, Harvia finished saunas. Pour water on the rocks. It'll bring that temperature up momentarily, 5-10 degrees. And it just makes you sweat where you want to run out of here. And that extreme experience with the cold and with the hot, and then one of the things we forgot to mention is the steam room has eucalyptus oil running through it. So it gives you a cooling sensation while you breathe on your face, on your skin, right? So there's a few touches that we did here to create these like extreme environments. So that way, when you feel relaxed, awesome experience. But I promise you, when you leave, you leave those doors, you're gonna say, that was incredible. That was amazing. I want to do it again.
And 2 hours flies by. So you recommend 2 hours. The allocated slot is 2 hours. And that's all you need.
Exactly.
It flies by. So water is good here. You guys recommend pouring water on the stones?
Sometimes we'll put a little bit of eucalyptus oil in the bucket itself as well. We don't do that all the time, but once in a while we like to treat our guests.
Anything else you'd like to add? You got a little timer here. Flip it, right?
Exactly. So we recommend 15 minutes in the timer. You flip that, sand starts falling.
That's all you need. 15 minutes. That's enough. You don't want to cook
anywhere
yourself.
Between 12 and 15 minutes. You're golden. And just make sure it's really hot.
Yes. Before we wrap it up, anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, I think, the thermal soak, we call it a thermal soak. It's a hot tub. Hot tubs are normally at 104 degrees. We keep ours anywhere between 100 and 102. I think this is very good for any type of muscle recovery, relaxation in general. I've had back issues for most of my adult life being in construction, and the only thing that helped me relax my lower back is a warm body of water, where you're not,
good to know.
you're not sitting on, you know, and the gravity's not pulling you down, and the heat, it kind of soothes it a little bit. So this is also a big aspect of what we did here. This was almost a non-negotiable. And in terms of price, this was probably double what we thought it was gonna cost us. But even then we said, nope, we need
Yeah.
a hot tub in here.
Good choice. You
Yeah.
guys are you guys the only ones with a hot tub?
I believe so.
Okay.
At least this size.
This is a nice big one.
Yeah.
Again, I feel great every time I leave this place. I highly recommend anybody that's interested in building a sauna or relaxing, doing something other than going to the bar, pounding drinks.
Yep.
Come spend some time here and leave feeling great. Victor, thank you for having me.
Of course.
Beautiful place. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right.
Thank you.